Mhm. There we go. We are live now. Good. Oh, restarting with, okay, I think I am. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to shuffle this, turn that off my phone. Okay, let me get started. Make sure no, they're not in there. Okay, perfect. All right, I am live and ready to go. Just keep shuffling the cards here. Let us keep going. Feel free to ask questions, and I will answer. I made this live subscribers only. So if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe and I will answer your question. Hey, Sand, how are you? How is everything going? Ooh, cards are flying. All right. Hi, Aries Rainbow Child. I hope you're doing well. Amen, Dorian. Hey, how are you? I'm doing all right, Sand. Busy as usual. There we go. I found one of the deck cards. Peridium, good morning. Well, yeah, good morning. Hope everyone's doing great. It is a nice Saturday here. I'm very excited for Halloween coming up. Let me know what you guys are doing for Halloween, if anything. Oh, I think I might be. Let me know your questions. As usual, the rules are the same. Questions are free, but you do have to be a subscriber. And if you like the reading, feel free to tip. And if it gets to the point where we have a lot of questions, feel free to super chat to get to the front of the line. No Halloween plans here. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe next year. Doesn't matter. Plan to go hang out with friends, but San asks, what do I need to prepare for my impending success and recognition? That's a good question. Dorian. Okay, let's see. We've got two questions here. Let's start with Sand. Come on in. Feel free to ask questions. This is a subscriber only live, however. So to ask a question, you do have to be a subscriber. But let us get into Sand's question. I need to prepare for my impending success and recognition. We have the Hermit and the Devil. Okay, so what I'm getting from the Hermit here and the Devil is that you need to ensure that you are setting strong boundaries for yourself and the work environment that you're in and people within your work environment. It looks like there's going to be some people who try to sort of impose their own beliefs or how they want things done on you. So it's going to be important for you to be strict in your values. Not only that, but it's also going to be important to track everything that you do, certain things like maybe the time that you come in, when you take lunch, like the Virgo hermit type of energy is all about the details. And also it represents, reflecting on behaviors that could use some improvement. For example, the devil could represent showing up late. So something that would help you with your success would be to always show up on time, always to make sure you track everything, have everything organized. Basically, cross your I's and dot your T's on everything to ensure that people can't, come for you for any sort of obnoxious reason, especially in this day and age. You may be putting in some environments where there's going to be some heavy competitive nature when it comes to your recognition and success. So it's going to be important that you analyze other people's weaknesses and strengths, but the main thing is to focus on areas where you may need improvement. So don't be afraid to listen to constructive feedback, but obviously if anyone's not being constructive, they're just being rude and mean, then don't listen to them. Be solid within yourself. The devil card is ensuring that you also keep a positive state of mind and to make sure that you are just not being too critical of yourself as the hermit can be. And we have Kate asking a question. Hey, KA, how are you? Do I have the support of anyone with my goals? I'm glad that Sam, I'm glad your intuition was also telling you the same thing. But let's go back to Kate's question. And thank you for the super chat. Do I have support of anyone with my goals? Thanks so much. Do you have the support of anyone? Okay, let's come in. All right. Oh, two cards flew out. We have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Two of Cups. Really sure that's popping up. Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Cups here. That represents, yes, you do have the support of someone probably close to you, more than likely, because it's the Two of Cups. And that's going to represent some sort of close, intimate relationship, whether that's a family member or a friend. I've seen the Two of Cups represent both. So also sometimes, also lovers too. So if you're in a relationship, then this would represent that person being supportive of you, but you do have the support of at least one other person around you, Kate, with your goals. So feel free to, I guess, look for the ones who are showing you love, who are near and dear to you, who are kind to you, who are treating you with respect. Those are the ones are obviously are going to be supportive of your goals, not the ones who are always constantly questioning what you're doing and things along the lines of that is what I'm seeing here. But for sure, the support is there. At least one person is supporting you, at least one with the Two of Cups. I want to be sure of that. All right, let me go back up to the top. We have another question. Amanda Dorian. I keep having to pronounce that slowly in my head. Amanda Lorian. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Amanda Lorian. All right. What will happen if I reach out to T? What will happen if I reach out to T? You're a welcome, Kate, and good luck with your goals too. Like I hope you find success for sure. What will happen if Amanda Lauren reaches out to T? We have the Four of Wands. T is going to be very happy. Or at least you will too. The Four of Wands is all about celebration and coming together and being happy and having a great time. So it looks like things are going to go well if you reach out to T. There's just going to be a lot of fun and happiness and maybe joking around. Just a lot of giddiness there with the Four of Wands is what I see for you if you reach out to them. And then we have Aries, a rainbow child. How are my cats think of, I'm guessing, what do my cats think of each other? Kimmy and Tiger. Okay. Oh, Ari the Aries princess. I've switched it in my head. Ari the Aries princess. Hey, how are you? Glad to see you again. Okay. What do Aries Rainbow's Child cats think of each other? All right, let's get into that. And today I'm going to be on for 45 minutes. I do have a paper to write and then a group project. So that's why school is really killing me. But yeah, so I'll be on for 45 minutes today. Just want to keep that in mind. And let us get into these questions. Feel free to tip if you like the reading. And if you want to skip the line, all you have to do is super chat. Other than that, I will be going in order. And this live is subscribers only. So if you want to ask a question, you have to subscribe. Now, let us get into this. What do Aries Rainbow Child's cats think of each other? So this is what Kimmy thinks of Tiger. We have the Emperor, and this is what Tiger thinks of Kimmy. We have the 10 of Wands. So Kimmy thinks Tiger is, I guess, very responsible, very much the head cat in charge. um, Kimmy thinks Tiger can maybe not be super cuddly or emotional or something along the lines of that, because the Emperor's not known for being cuddly. They always have something to do, and usually the Emperor represents having some sort of curiosity in the world and wanting to some degree, I guess, make plans, ensure that they have something to do. So I guess Kimmy thinks Tiger is a cat that's always doing things, always has a plan, and always a cat that they can kind of follow around in a way. And Tiger thinks Kimmy could sometimes be a little bit overwhelming, or a little bit stressful, for Tiger, at least, because we have this 10 of Wands energy, which kind of represents, oh my goodness, like this is a lot. Oh my gosh, so many Aries. The cat is an Aries too, so funny. But a lot of like energy is what Tiger is getting from Kimmy, like a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but that's what Tiger thinks. Yeah, lots of Aries people in the chat. That is wild. I love that. It's an Aries Saturday. Oh my gosh, so many Aries and Aries cats. Wow, Aries energy is in play today. I love that. I'm sorry that you're irritated, Ari, like Ari the Aries princess. Like, I hope that your day gets better for 100%. I'm trying to send good vibes your way, or I am sending good vibes. I'm not trying. Like, that's sad. Oh, thank you, Gojo. Glad to see you here. Herodium Shift says dressing up as a witch to pass out candy. Any general messages in regards to my career? Oh, I love dressing up as a witch. That's probably like my favorite costume for Halloween. So I am with you on that. Love being a witch for Halloween. All right, let's see. Herodium Shift. General messages in regards to Herodium Shift's career. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Two of Wands. That's interesting. Are you thinking of going in a different direction? Because the Ace of Swords is either going to represent like a different job, a different role, or something along the lines of that. And the Two of Wands is always about like looking to the future, contemplating, trying to see what else is out there. And so it makes me think, and also the Two of Wands can represent one foot out the door. So it also makes me think that you're thinking of moving and going into a different either job or role or environment here. I want to pull another card. We have the Four of Wands. So I think if you decide to make this shift, if you are making this shift into a new role or job or environment, it's going to be a lot better for you. And the fours also represent stability. So the next role is going to at least last a little bit longer, or it's going to be a job that you can sort of build upon. Like, you can add to your resume and it will have substance to it. And people say, oh my gosh, you did this job, you had these duties, you had these responsibilities. Now it can apply to this role. So it's something that's going to be important. But most importantly, it's going to be something that's going to make you a lot happier. I want to keep that in mind. So I do want to put that out there. So I just lost where I was in the chat. Like, where am I? Okay, yeah, I see it. Yes, okay, good. I'm glad that resonates, but yeah, for sure, this next shift that you're going to take is going to be a way better position for you. A lot happier. Let me scroll down to see if I can see anyone coming in. Then I'll scroll back up and ask questions. All right. I don't see anyone new coming in. Oh my goodness. Let me go back up. Okay, I didn't see anyone new, but I could have missed them. Okay. So Sam says, I keep having these stressful mental phenomenons. Am I experiencing this because of my chronic dehydration and physical health? Well, I am not a doctor, but I'll ask. But I would say for something like that, you might want to go to a doctor to clarify. I personally don't like relying on tarot for medical needs, but you know, I will ask, but I will obviously encourage you all to go to a doctor. Oh, thank you, Peridium Shift. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for the tip. I do appreciate the tips. I love that. Thank you so much again. And but I'll do my best to answer your question, San, but for sure your doctor's going to be the best bet. Let me see. Like, go to a doctor to double check. Basically, I'm gonna clarify that. We have the two of coins. That leads me to believe that there's like the physical part, so there could be health related as well, but then there's also another reason because the two of coins represents like a balancing sort of act. So the physical part is part of the reason, and yeah, definitely the physical part. And what's the other reason? The emperor. It could just also be you particularly going in a new, not necessarily a new direction, but also how you are, I don't know, what's the word, like spending your time, because the emperor kind of represents efforts and energy and things along the lines of that. It represents like focus and drive and being able to fix yourself on a goal and take on a lot of responsibilities. So yes, it is partly stress and I guess health, but then also I guess it's sort of related to maybe your purpose or something in the lines of like a spiritual sense. You know, we all have a purpose. So maybe this element that you have to deal with, which I'm so sorry that you have to deal with this, um it is also part, I guess, of your journey, and it's leading you to somewhere that will allow you to accomplish your goals or your life purpose is what I'm saying. You know, kind of how somebody might go through depression and then their life purpose becomes to teach people about mental health and something along the lines of that is what I'm trying to say, if just to clarify. Hey, Get It G, how are you? Yes, everyone coming in, put your questions in the live. This live is subscribers only. So if you want to ask a question, you have to subscribe. And also feel free to send a tip. I am very happy to receive tips. And if you want to skip the line, all you have to do is send a super chat. But I will be going in order as usual. And I am on San's question. What is the energetic psychological source of my reoccurring flu-like symptoms? What is the energetic or psychological source of my flu-like symptoms? Okay, let me see. I know you said you already went to your doctor. But if your doctor's not giving you an answer, feel free to go to another doctor. I'm all about getting that second opinion because sometimes you have to go to multiple experts to get someone to diagnose you. Not every doctor is great. I think we all know that. Oh, let me see if I. Oh, Hakeem, the dream. What are Izzy's true feelings for Kali? And what does the future hold between them? What are Izzy's true feelings for Kali? Okay. Izzy's true feeling for Colleen. Let's get into that. What are Izzy's true feelings? Whoa. Okay. We have the 10 of cups and we have the 8 of wands, but that's going to be reversed because it's near the cups. So the 10 of cups represents feeling like happy, whole, fulfilled. And the 8 of wands is usually a card that's going to spread out in different directions, and it kind of represents endings and completions. When it's reversed like this, it means kind of like they don't want things to end. They don't want their interaction, their love, their togetherness. They just don't want it to end, essentially, is what it's saying. They feel fulfilled within their relationship. They feel happy. They feel like this person really, I guess I wouldn't say completes them, but they bring a lot of fulfillment and joy into their life, is what I'm getting. And they don't want to see other people. When I get the 8 of wands upright, it's usually representing somebody who's like interested in a lot of people and kind of going all over the place. When it's reversed, it's a little bit more focused and saying, I just want to focus on this one. They really enjoy this person's company. They make them happy. They make them feel fulfilled. They feel loved, essentially. So what does the future hold between them? Let's see. Whoa. Okay. These cards are flying. We have the ace of, I want to clarify that because I've gotten the ace of to represent a few things. So let's clarify that really quick. And we have the 2 of cups. So lots of love is in their future. I love how we go from the ace of cups to the 2 of cups. It kind of just represents that their love will grow as time moves on. So 100%, I see a bright future for them, filled of love and companionship. It just looks really good. I mean, if they keep going the way things are going, it just seems like they'll be together. And they'll have a lot of love for each other. Maybe even, I don't know, possibly marriage. The 2 of cups can represent marriage, but it overall represents having a strong and healthy union where they feel like they can open up, be vulnerable, and have their emotional needs met, is what I'm getting from these cards. All right. I feel like there's so much going on in the chat. I was on a question. Okay, Sam says the energetic and psychological source of recurring like flu-like symptoms. Let's see the energetic. I don't know if I can find the psychological source. Let's see the energetic and psychological source. Let's see what the cards say. Cards want to come out. We have the 6 of swords. You know, sometimes the 6 of swords can represent like your environment, and we have judgment. 6 of swords and judgment. So the 6 of swords can represent your environment and needing to move to a different place or a different area, a different area. So that could possibly be the thing. But then we also have judgment, and something tells me like, because judgment kind of goes back to earlier where it's connected to, as I said, like your callings in life. Judgment represents like a higher calling, a higher purpose, or something along the lines of that, is what I'm getting. But these sources may then likely, if we're looking from like a more logical perspective, we're not looking from like a spiritual perspective, then it can possibly be your environment. Pluto can also represent things that, especially connected to the 6 of swords, tragedies from your past, because the 6 of swords represents blues, it represents sadness, it represents like having mental anguish. And the judgment card is connected to Pluto, and so it represents childhood wounds, things from your past, things that have brought you anguish and sadness that can cause long-term psychological effects. And I'm pretty sure that's a thing that people have studied, where certain illnesses can be connected to psychological things that we've experienced in our past. So from that perspective, that's one thing. But we also want to consider the environment. And then I feel like, I don't know, Spirit's like saying something about this lifetime is saying that you kind of have to go through this process in order to fulfill some higher purpose, is what I'm getting here from these cards, but definitely consider taking that move if you need to, or addressing things from your past. Anything that will have to do with feeling like you didn't really to get your emotional needs met. Like any sort of situation like that. It can relate to parents, it can relate to family, it can relate to friendship, because the Six of Swords is like, this area is not for me. This is not the place. People aren't supportive here. I've experienced some tragedy, something along the lines of that. Says, yes, I've had a childhood chronic illness. I think I need to from a lot, move on from it, from a lot. What am I reading this? I need to move on from a lot in a way. Okay, there we go. I'm all right with the flu-like, since I notice I literally gets better as soon as I get moving forward past and certain limitations of mine. That's why I'm like, oh my, this is more than just physical. Okay, I see it. So when you start to move on from things from the past, it kind of gets better. Okay, I like that. And you literally just moved into the house. So that's really great, because I'm pretty sure this new environment is going to affect you in some way, especially if you manage to pull away from the past and, I guess, get any sort of help that addressing any childhood wounds or things along the lines of that. And especially since you had a chronic illness as from a child, that's a lot of stress for a child to go through. Like, I'm so sorry you had to go through that, Sand. So definitely talk about, with someone, a professional, about how that's affected you. And I really do think that will help you move forward. Just keep that in mind. I think a medical professional, like a psychological medical professional, will really help you, like, for sure. Or at least that's what the cards say. But speak to the medical professional, the psychiatrist or psychologist. All right, where am I here? I'm scrolling down the chat. So if I'm there's a lot going on here. Yeah, look into it. All right, let's see. We have here, oh, Coffee with the Unknown is here. Hello. Let's see if I'll get to your questions. I'm going back up. I'm trying to scroll just to say hi as people come in so I don't miss them. May, hello. How are you? And I think that is everyone I've seen come in. Let me go back up. I'm going in order as usual. If you would like to skip the line, all you have to do is super chat. I am on for 45 minutes today. And let me get back down here. I love how busy this chat is. Saturday mornings seems to be the time. Saturday mornings, Saturday afternoons. I might have to make it weekly. I like to give different times though, because people have different schedules around. So I want to ensure that I'm addressing, everyone. So that's why I try to move it around somewhat. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, Ari the Aries Princess asks, who is the person I'm supposed to meet in my love life? Apparently, I'm supposed to meet somebody where I'm at, and that's why my spirit doesn't want me to move. Okay, let's see. Who's the person that's supposed to, Ari the Aries Princess is supposed to meet in their love life? Supposed to meet in their love life. Are the Aries Princess supposed to meet in their love life? Let's see. We have the Seven of Cups. That represents a lot of options. Well, let's see if we can get a few of them. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Magician. And we have the 10 of Coins. Okay, so what Spirit is saying is that there are actually a few people you're supposed to meet. Usually the Seven of Cups represents more than one or two options. So I pulled 3 cards to represent each, at least 3 of them. There might be more. So you're supposed to meet someone who is very practical, who's very sound, who's very dependable, someone who is very complimentary, someone who is kind, someone who is very someone you can rely on, and kind and generous is what we get here. Then we have the magician, someone who is good with their words, someone who's going to be very talented, someone who's going to try to impress you, someone who is going to be highly complimentary with the magician card here, someone who can be very spiritual in a way, but honestly, it's just somebody who's very resourceful and creative about the way they approach things. So this person is probably going to have some very creative dates. And then there is also this one person, the 10 of coins. This represents somebody who's going to be very successful, very hardworking, someone who likely comes from a family who either is going to be very traditional or they're going to be very practical and possibly have a lot of money. 10 of coins I represent for somebody who can be like a beacon in the community. So generally somebody who may come from a family that is part of like charity events, who is very involved in their community, someone who is supportive of other people, and someone who may come from a prestigious background. If not prestigious, it's going to be something like highly educated, like, okay, my parents have degrees, master's degrees, PhDs, something along the lines of that when we have the Ace of Pentacles, because it represents like things that are valuable within society or things that are valuable that people may look up to try to achieve, you know, when they're like, I want the white picket fence, the house, the car, the kids, somebody who's going to come from a very, very stable background. So those are the three people that you are trying to meet. There may be more, but Spirit definitely wants you to at least meet those. Okay. All right. So Amanda Lorian asks, what should be my focus right now and how should I keep going? And should I keep going with my podcast? Okay, let's see. Amanda Lawrence says, what should be my focus right now? All right. And feel free to super chat if you would like to skip the line, and I'll get to your question right away. I just had to finish one question before I got to Amanda's. So that's why I didn't like drop the question. Oh, this card came out. Okay. What should be the focus? We have the 6 of Cups. That's interesting. Let me clarify the 6 of Cups and the Hierophant, or the Pope in this case. So the focus right now is definitely something to do with addressing your past or family members or something like that. I don't know if there's anything going on with your family, but usually when I get the Hierophant and the 6 of Cups, I connect it to family or childhood friends, but it definitely connects to community in a way. So that's the main focus. Something to do with your community or somebody who's close to you, family, childhood friends, etc. The people I listed. That should be something to focus on. If it's not personal relationships in that regards, then it's going to have to do with past life regression, which can this combination can possibly represent, because the Hierophant represents spirit, like messages from above, and the 6 of Cups is like messages from the past as well, or energy from the past. So anything to relate to past life regression, or even just childhood things that may be going on. When we talk about looking back towards those things, essentially Spirit wants to address any sort of childhood trauma or wounds or things like that, or even patterns that may be going on. But let's clarify why the 6 of Swords. So it's about moving on from that. So it's about ensuring that you are creating patterns that are healthy, practical, and that align with your current values and self. Usually when I have this combination, it's about getting rid of like all of those self-undoing behaviors in that way. So addressing anything along the lines of that, or if you have like some childhood wounds or some childhood beef that you may have had with someone and you're like, man, I remember when that person used to tease me when I was 5, etc., like that. Or I remember that my mom or dad or something like that, you know, didn't pick me up from soccer practice, or they, you know, could, as some extreme case, could have been like abusive or something like that. This would be to be addressing that. Now, how you go about addressing that is going to be up to you, but you know, that's something that it wants you to focus on. And then also, should you keep going with your podcast, we have Temperance. 100% Temperance represents patience, balance, structure, anything to focus on the things that you are passionate about. And not only that, but Temperance connects to Sagittarius, which is about higher communications, which can represent podcast and also long communications. So if your podcast is a very long podcast, meaning like something like over 30 minutes, then this would be encouraging you to keep going with that. Your message matters to people. People will connect to it, even if you aren't having success now. As I mentioned before, temperance represents patience and finding your right audience. So I think you 100% should keep going. But also, like I mentioned before, they want you to focus like on past behaviors and things like that. But okay, I'm glad that resonates with you, Amanda. Okay, Coffee with the Unknown says, I have to go. I'll watch the reply. My soccer is very much. Hopefully, I get to it and you can watch the replay. I am going in order. Um, I'm on for, I think, 10 more minutes at least. So I'm just going order. If you would like to skip the line, all you have to do is super chat. If you like the reading, feel free to tip. My PayPal's below, or you could just like super chat a tip, whatever is most convenient for you. But let me get back up here to the questions. Okay, we have Go Joe. My question is he thinking about me? And if so, what is he thinking? All right, let's get into this. Okay, we have the Four of Coins. Is he thinking about Gojo? Interesting. I'm going to pull one more card to clarify that. Okay, you just want to come out. And the Emperor, I think he is thinking about you. The Four of Coins is kind of like a stagnant card. They have nothing but time to think. And the Emperor can be very strategic about things and very passionate individual. Not only that, but he carries some type of sword or staff, and usually swords represent thinking and intellect and essentially being on someone's mind. So this person is thinking about you, but let's see, what is he thinking? Whoa, okay. We have the Star. Um, if there's some distance between you, they're thinking about the distance and how you may be a little bit further away. Stars usually represent distance for me. So kind of like, oh, this person's a little bit far, this person's a little bit out of reach. Got the Four of Coins again. Four of Coins obviously represents wanting somebody sort of in their life. The Four of Coins can be kind of like a possessive card in a way, wanting not to let go and wanting someone to, I guess, stay. Usually I get it for feelings where I just like, I don't want this person to go. I don't want this person to stay. So if there's some distance between you, they would like to close the distance or the gap between that, is what I going to say for that reading. I just got lost again. I need to slow down the chat. So hopefully that resonates. Go Joe. But also the Four of Coins can represent like a fear of reaching out too. So even if they have strong feelings, which it looks like they do, this person's very scared to reach out. It can be because of pride, and it also can be because they feel a little bit insecure, like they're going to be rejected or something along the lines of that. Okay, Sam says, should I get started selling a few flower arrangements even though I don't have a legal business license yet? I'm getting one ASAP, but I'm ready to just go. Okay, let's see. Should Sam get started? I don't think it I think you can sell things. I think it's after like a certain limit that you might need a business license. Like, because you have people selling things like on the side of the street. I don't think they technically need a license for that. Well, they need it for if they stay in that one place and they need it for that area, but I don't know if you specifically need it. Because you have people selling things all the time. Like for sole proprietorship, like Etsy, people don't need a business license for that. They just sell things on Etsy and it goes under sole proprietorship. So it'd be like personal income. So I'm just giving it without the cards advice, but I don't think you need a business license for that. I think it's when you start setting up shop and having like a physical location, then that may be the case. But I will ask, because you know what? I'm not a genius when it comes to business and I don't know everything, but just in case anyone wants to sell something, I'm pretty sure you can just sell it. In some cases, I like Because I see people selling, flowers on the side of the street, and I don't think anyone's going to arrest them for that. Let's go. But let's see. Let's clarify. Should Sand just get started? We have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Five of Swords, and we have the Queen of Cups. Well, since we have the Five of Swords here, well, I really do think it's more so about your internal conflict. So if you don't feel comfortable doing this with the Five of Swords, because there's nothing here that's like, oh my gosh, you're going to be arrested or something like that. It's just more so you may not feel comfortable doing that, Sand. And so don't do something that you don't feel comfortable with. So just wait on that if that makes you feel better. And so you don't have to stress on it. If you want to feel like I've done everything right, the right way, and how that feels good for you, then definitely do it that way. Okay. I just want to say that, but nothing in the cards implies that, anything would be wrong. It's just your feelings you may feel a little bit nervous about it. Goji Aries rising here. Okay. Ari the Aries princess. Okay, I am on for 5 more minutes, everyone. So if you would like to get your question answered, all you have to do is super chat and I will get to it right away. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going in order. I'm at Ari the Aries princess, and she asks, what did that guy think of me when I approached him yesterday at the Halloween store? I got his number. Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm glad you got his number. Okay, this card fell out. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So let me clarify that. The Six of Coins. So what they thought of you, well, they thought you were confident, and they felt like you were somebody who was like really quick, because I usually get the Wheel of Fortune to be like this drive-by moment. So they're like, oh, that was kind of like a fast sudden interaction. And it was nice that they liked it. They were like, that was nice. And they have this confidence thing here, the Six of Coins. So they felt like this was like a change of luck for them. So in a way, it's almost like you're like Lady Luck. Like they're like, okay, I hit the jackpot here. I thought this person was like really cool, really confident that they came up to me and gave me their number like that. And I love that we got the Six of Coins, because we often get the Six of Coins to represent like material things, and people kind of equate it more to finances, but it can be like, hey, I'm giving you my number. So for them, they see it as you as like a good opportunity to get to know someone. So that's pretty much what they thought of you. Obviously their thoughts aren't too deep because they may not know you very well yet, but they felt like you were confident, and that you were bringing like a change of luck in their life. Okay. Since the truth, okay, think right. Since it's right, I don't think there wasn't. I live overseas as well, so I'm like, I want to be smart, but I don't think that would be deep. They would come from me, true. All right, I'm glad. Oh, okay, you live overseas too. Yeah, I'm not sure all the laws on that, but long as you report everything in your taxes, I think you'll be all right. Hopefully they will like me. I hope so too, because I mean, they do seem interested, for sure. I do think so. They're like, because if they seemed happy about receiving your number from the cards. All right, we have a few more minutes left. So if you would like to get your question, feel free to super chat. Otherwise, you may have to catch the next live next week. But let me get into the next question. We have, I'm too far up. Okay. A lot of Aries people, da, da, da. And then we have what is your zodiac sign? My zodiac sign is actually Aries too. So I'm part of the Aries gang. A lot of Aries here. All right. My old cat was an Aries, still am. I remember that. Okay. Really good chance. I know a lot of Aries people like a lot of spiritual topics as well, though people don't mention that about us. Okay, I'm trying to get back down. It's a lot of conversation. I want to answer at least one more question. Okay, what did the managers at Dairy Queen think of me after the interview? Okay, are the Aries Princess asked, what did the manager of Dairy Queen think of me after the interview? I hope I didn't skip anyone. I saw a lot of conversation. I don't think there was a question in it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I think you asked them, why are, oh no, I already have one more question. Why are almost all my friends in some cases busy every time I try to hang out with them? Okay, that was the question. So this might be, this is going to be the last question. All right. That was the last question. Okay. Cards came out. We have the Temperance and we have the Two of Wands. They just have a lot of different obligations. Temperance represents trying to keep a balance. Two of Wands can represent balance as well. So they do have a lot of obligations that they have to focus their energy on. So there's just a lot of things to juggle. And I think that's why they are balanced. It's not that they're balanced. That's why they are struggling to hang out with you. Is not that they don't want to. They really do just have other obligations, is what the thing is. And these are probably things that are very important to them and important to their future, because when we have this Two of Wands, it's about thinking about the future and thinking about the big picture. And so in their way, they're thinking more so in terms of their goals, in terms of their successes, especially when we have Temperance here. Temperance is all about finding that inspiration and going beyond. And though they do, like, I'm sure they do love you as a friend, they are focusing more so on the big pictures of their life and how they want to, I guess, live it, what kind of lifestyle they want, what kind of job they want, and things like that. And they're focusing on the things that will help them get that, especially with the Two of Wands there. That's what Two of Wands does. Amanda Lorian, thank you so much for the tip. I really appreciate it. We are actually on the last question. Ari the Aries Princess was the last question. Yeah, I was chasing the chat this whole thing. I'm so glad so many people joined. But yes, you're gonna have to catch me next week because I do have a paper to write. So Taylor Lee, catch me next week. Anybody whose question I didn't get to, feel free to ask it again next week. I will be here and I will post the time I will be here next week, at least by Tuesday. It probably will be posted before then because my weekend's not that busy. So I should be able to have a time posted sooner. But yeah, that is what I want to say. Thank you all for coming. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you are having a bad day, I hope your day gets better. And I will see you all next time, and have a happy Halloween. Don't forget to watch my new video on Thursday. It will be out for you all. And also don't forget to answer the community tab and the polls. I am filming readings as we speak. I was filming before I went live. So I'm going to continue doing that and continue listening to your suggestions. So thank you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.